it's me, Alex, the stay-at-home reader. I am currently in New Hampshire. We're spending the New Year's holiday with my in-laws. We're gonna do a New Year's Eve reading vlog. Might extend this into just a full long weekend reading vlog, we'll see. But last year we were here, it was nice and quiet, it was just us for New Year's Eve. I was able to read an entire book in a day. That was a children's Bible by Lydia Millett. Fudged a little bit with time zones. It took me until like 1 a.m. Eastern time zone, but it hadn't struck midnight in California yet, so I counted it as squeezing one last book into 2021. I make the rules. Thank you very much. This year, I have Edith Wharton's Ghost Stories of Edith Wharton. So my plan, I've marked the stories off. My plan is to read one story an hour, starting at noon, and it should take me through to midnight. So it's going to be a busier day. I mean, not really busy, just louder day. There will be a full house today. Both of my brothers-in-law and their families will be at my parent-in-law's home today, where last year we had New Year's Eve, just us, and then the full family got together New Year's Day. We're doing the opposite. And we actually celebrate our Christmas on the New Year's holiday, because it's when we can all get together. So it's still Christmas. Yeah, alright, so let me show you how I scheduled my reading day out. Hopefully you can hear me. I still get like I have the room closed and I get like embarrassed about filming around more than my family. So I'm speaking quieter than I would normally. So I hope you can hear me. Which I've vlogged here before and it seems to turn out okay. Hold on. Okay, here she is, the Ghost Stories of Edith Wharton. Illustrated. I can't grab this page. Hold on. Issues. Alright, here we go. So my plan is to read the preface and her postscript at noon, and then a story an hour. I think I can do it. I think I could do it. So before it strikes noon though, I'm not even sure what time it is right now. 9:10? I don't even know. I'll find out. Before it strikes noon, I'm gonna get dressed. I'm still in my Ewok jammies. And on my Nook, I have from Netgalley Victor Lavalle's 2023 release called Lone Women. And I'm about a third of the way through that. And that is really, really, really good. So I'm gonna get dressed, sit and read this for a little bit. It's still quiet here. And then at noontime, I'll start my Edith Wharton project. Okay? See you in a bit.
I got with the sparkling cider for you that doesn't want alcohol. You want to sit?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Done? So you want to try the drums? I got super. Okay, checking in on my short stories. It is about to be 3 o'clock. It's about 2:45. So I should be on my third short story soon. And I'm only just getting started on the second. So I'm behind schedule, even though I started early at 11:30 with the preface. The preface already had me going, from my understanding, Edith Wharton is judgy. And she kind of wrote this introduction to her ghost stories, like saying, if you don't like these ghost stories, that's on you, because I know the proper way to tell a ghost story. So, Edith, it's not you, honey. It's me, because I don't like these. So, instead of trudging along and fighting with my heavy eyelids through these short stories, Edith Wharton project is over. It's over. Like 3 hours in, I fold. Uncle, I give up. Done. I'm enjoying the Victor Lavalle book that I'm reading, so I'm just gonna stick to that. Good plan?
Sure.
Are you gonna? Here's Oliver's book. Video games. Ugh.
Yeah.
Be careful. Don't hurt your toes.
Remember the race?
Stand on your toes.
One more?
Yeah.
Am I gonna win this time?
No.
Or is Connor gonna win?
It's Rainbow Road.
Oh, that means I'm not gonna win. This is a hard one.
There you go.
Come on, Dad.
We have players.
What's this?
Yeah. That means we have to go
Drills.
to the mall.
From right here.
What is this?
What do you need drills for? Wait, this isn't drills.
Oh, let's give it a shot. So we gotta get my feet. Oh, is that a head massage there?
She's not even.
It's kind of like cake.
Yeah.
It's like cake. It's overrated.
Cake is not overrated.
Oh my God.
I would argue it's one of the most overrated desserts of all time. Yeah, that's my stance. I'll bet it.
So I knew where I am because I did that.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
There's almost 7,000 steps.
Oh, good.
You tell us way more.
Connor, come here.
The hero the world needs.
You're squishing it. You're a wild dog, you're fine. You're not wild, but you like to be. I didn't know that. I actually forgot about that. Oh, you usually go back down there though.
I'm not going any farther. I'm just a little close.
I haven't seen
3 is one number and 2 is another number.
what's 3 of a kind.
Yes.
3 is a number.
And 4 of the
No.
Number.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Large
5.
straight.
A large straight. I had to take a 0 for that. Now, if you just rolled 3 2s and you hit the 2 5s or whatever, that's a full house. All right, so that stinks. So you know what your best move there is?
He goes that way and hits all of them.
Hi. Did I forget that I was vlogging? No. Have I had time to check in? Have I had a moment to film? Also no. So, what started as a New Year's Eve vlog became a weekend reading vlog and is now just, I don't know. I don't know what this is. An extended, I ended up reading a book vlog. So Tuesday we drove home from New Hampshire. We got in a little bit before 4 o'clock. The kids had basketball practice until late. Then on Wednesday they had a gaming meetup in New Haven. So I dropped them off for that and was finally able to finish Victor Lavalle's Lone Women. So I think I mentioned before, this is an e-arc I received through Netgalley. I believe the book comes out in March. I will double check that and put that all here. I loved it. It was so good. And like, it took me a minute like to realize I'm reading a Western. Holy crap, do I like Westerns? Because this is not the first of the genre that I have read and really, really enjoyed. I think the thing is that I have read Westerns written recently, and that's a difference. So now I kind of want to go read a Western classic. I have Hondo. I think that's by Louis L'Amour. I have that on my bookshelf at home. So am I going to be picking? Yeah, I think I'm going to be picking that up. I guess the thing is, when I think Western, I have this like shootout in front of a saloon image, like tumbleweeds, like the whole like doo-loo-loo whistle thing, you know, like that cowboy in the desert, spurs, like dusty, like that's what I think of when I think of Western, and like pass. But actually I have been enjoying this like journey through mountains, plains, harsh climates, cold kind of environment, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a Western too. So Lone Women follows her name is Adelaide Henry, follows Adelaide Henry as she sets off to claim land for homesteading in Montana. The book opens with her pouring gasoline and igniting her parents' farmhouse in California. Her parents are dead, tucked into their bed, and she lights the house on fire. So that opening scene is very like Lizzie Borden in feeling, and she leaves the house and has hired a man with a coach to take her to the coast to catch a ship that's going to take her up, and then she's taking a train over to her claim in Montana. She is carrying with her a steam trunk. And right away, the man she has hired, when he comes in the house to check on her, like, hey, are you coming out? And she goes, just get the trunk in the cart. And he's like, I can't, it's too heavy. And so after she's done pouring the gasoline and lighting the flame at the back of the house so he won't see it burning as they ride away, she comes out and she takes the two of them to lift it up into the cart. When she gets to the dock to catch her ship, no one will help her. She's dragging it down. And then finally it takes 3 porters to get the trunk on the ship. And they look at her like, how the hell did you budge this thing? And so it keeps mentioning that she has taken with her all she needs to start a new life. Like, this is the only thing that matters. And you get this description of it as her burden. And so you're like, okay, she has a heavy burden. Like, what is this family secret she has? Is it a metaphor for having a lot of baggage? And so I really liked how that was done, and makes you think of like this physical weight you carry when you have secrets, when you have trauma, history, whatever. Because, you know, she's running away from something and wanting to start a new life. So what is her baggage? Later, this ominous feeling becomes straight up creature horror in a pretty awesome way. The description used, like, it took me until the very end when they finally like name the creature to realize, like, oh duh, of course that's what it was. But you just, the whole book is written with this sort of like unknowing, so that you can question everything that's happening, including like who's right and who's wrong, like morality, good and evil kind of questions. So Adelaide is given a plot of land outside the main town, but of course, you know, she kind of has to come into town to survive, you know, check in on things. Their group of characters that the book mainly focuses on is a neighbor of hers, and Grace, and the neighbor's son. Then another black woman in the town. Have I mentioned Adelaide is a black woman? So race, ethnicity is a main point of the novel. Adelaide grew up in a farming community surrounded by other black families, free landowning families. The other black woman that she meets, Birdie, was born into slavery. So that's an element of her character that plays into the story. I don't know how to talk about this book without giving spoilers. But basically, Adelaide is carrying a dangerous secret around with her. So yeah, in addition to being Western, it is a gothic horror type read. There are elements that even made me think of Jane Eyre, which seems like a stretch, but it all kind of boils down to, I think I see someone lost. I'm in the car right now because I dropped Owen off at an art class, a homeschool art class, and we had to walk around the building a few times until someone poked their head out and they're like, are you looking for something? And we found it. So I think I see someone going through the same thing. Anyway, when you read Jane Eyre and consider Bertha, or Antoinette, her character, and the treatment she receives, and why do we regard her as a mad woman? Why does she get treated with this sense of otherness? That kind of comes into play in this book. But mostly Birdie questions Adelaide about something and is saying, like, I believe your story, but I believe it in this way. And as a reader, the whole time you're like, is that what's happening? Is that what I'm reading? Because the tone of the book is so vague, and I'm also being vague, and I'm driving myself crazy, but it was so good. I don't want to give any spoilers. Nothing is ever truly defined. You're just getting hints. And so you're, as a reader, questioning reality, or, you know, the book's reality, along with the characters. So race, gender, sex, those are two different things. Morality, not so much religion, believe it or not. Class politics, kind of. There is a more established family, a very wealthy couple who kind of run the town. So that comes into a major head at the end of the book. The end of the book is very fast-paced, which kind of makes sense with the climax, obviously, having a greater sense of urgency than the rest of the book, dealing with the homesteading and the settling in during the winter, where what are you going to do but buckle down and try to survive the elements. So most of the book has that kind of plotting, character building, like secret revealing thing, and then the end is action. But great read. Probably 5 stars. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a whole star rating system for the year. I think I've been trying to resist that, but it just makes it easier to consider things. So I'm going to go ahead and say 5 stars. Love Victor Lavalle's writing. It's very real, yet supernatural. With horror. So I think I've become quite the horror fan, like a very specific type of horror, and like thinky horror. And yeah, this is it for me, but also not too thinky. Like it delivers with the like shock, gore, but it's not completely pointless. So look out for this in March, if that's when it comes out. Again, I'll have given you the information also down below. Have you read Victor Lavalle before? The only other thing I read from him was The Changeling, and I believe I had started The Ballad of Black Tom, but as short as it is, never finished it. I don't think I was enjoying it the way I had loved The Changeling. And now I love this one, so I'm definitely going to give him another read. All right, let me piece together this vlog, and I'll see you soon. Okay, my first read of the year is done. I will probably be back to talk about this one next, a roving reader recommendation. Thank you, Karen. So far, enjoying it. I started on audiobook. I had to check the book out from the library because I thought, like, am I lost? Am I missing something? I don't think I am. There's just a lot of names of people and places that, being the book being Icelandic and myself not familiar with names, places of that region, it was a little hard to track, but I think I'm good. Also, I think the synopsis of the book has given me more information than so far the story has. So I was like, did I miss something in the story? Like, when did they talk about this thing? I don't think they have yet. I think I just know it's coming, which led to some confusion with audio being my primary source of experiencing the book. So now I have the book to read myself, and that should make things easier to follow along. Does that make sense? I'll talk about that and next time. Okay, Happy New Year, everybody. And let me know if you've read Victor Lavalle, if you've read The Sacrament.